Sydney. You like scary movies?
Just some scary movie.
Get inside! Get inside! Get inside!
Believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you strange.
See people. They don't know they're dead.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new review. So this is the start of a brand new review mini-series that I'm going to be doing. Yes, I'm going to be re-reviewing. Well, I wouldn't say re-review because I've never reviewed these movies on the channel. But yes, I'm going to be going back to every single Scream movie that has ever released. And I'm going to be watching the movie and then reviewing it to you guys and giving you my personal thoughts, see if anything's changed. Maybe I loved the movie and now I don't like it as much, or it's the other way around. Maybe I love this movie more and it's like at a higher spot on my personal ranking list. And yeah, so we're going to see what those changes are and see if my thoughts still stand or they have changed. And I'm just going to be doing that for the next couple of weeks before Scream 7 is actually released. And yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. So if you guys aren't aware, yes, I am a huge Scream fan. The original Scream, which I'm about to talk about here, is my personal favorite horror movie of all time. And this is my personal favorite horror franchise of all time. I've been watching these movies ever since I was 9 years old, and I'm about to be 14. So I've been watching these movies for a very long time. I'm a huge fan of them. They give me a bit of nostalgia. Like, I'm a huge fan of them, and I'm very excited to be reviewing all 6 of these films, because even the film, personally, even the film that is like my least favorite of the bunch, I still like. So this is a very consistent franchise. It's the most consistent horror franchise out there, in my opinion. Yeah. I'd say, without further ado, let's just get to talking about my favorite horror movie of all time, Scream. So Scream released in 1996 and stars many names. It stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, and so many other names. Like, it is a very, very stacked cast. You have Rose McGowan. I don't know if I pronounced her name right. She's in here. You have Jamie something who plays Randy. I forget his last name. But yeah, you have a very, very stacked cast here. And of course the film follows Sidney Prescott, a 17-year-old in high school who is stalked and followed by a mysterious killer dressed in a ghost face costume, and she has to figure out who this mysterious killer is and what do they want. So yeah, anyway, let's just dive into this. Let's talk about the positives for this movie.
Not scared, are you?
So like I already said, favorite horror movie of all time. This is literally in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I adore this movie. I think this might have been my first ever horror movie. I don't remember specifically. It was like one of them. Alright, there's a couple other horror movies I watched for the first time. I was like 9 or 10 years old when I first got into horror. I watched the 2 Babysitter movies, which I love the first movie. I watched those. Those might have been, I really don't remember the first one, but I watched those. Countdown from 2019. And then, of course, Scream was in there. Scary Movie, Megan, and a couple other. Actually, no, I don't know if Megan was in there, because this, I think, was before 2023. This is like 2021 or something, so Megan wasn't released then, so sorry. Anyway, Scream was one of the first horror movies I watched, and I just have loved this movie ever since. It is just so incredible, and I literally just got done rewatching it again. Like, this is like my 5th time watching this movie. It's so rewatchable. Let me just say that. Like, it still holds up. It is so rewatchable. And spoiler alert, there will be no negatives because this is a perfect film. This is a perfect horror movie. And I don't say that about a lot of horror movies. There's a lot of horror movies that I like, but they're not perfect. I can just go over about a bunch of flaws. And I used to be not the biggest horror fan. I used to like just be a slasher fan, which truly I am. I'm a huge slasher fan. It's my favorite subgenre in horror, and overall, if I'm allowed to count it as like a genre as its own, it's like my number 2 favorite genre. So I adore slashers, especially if they're whodunit slashers. Big fan of slasher films. So I love all horror though. But anyway, start off the positives. Like I said, this movie still holds up. It's very rewatchable. I could watch it tomorrow and not be sick of it. I'm not going to because, you know, I don't like watching movies like back to back. Like I normally wait a couple months, but I probably will rewatch this movie again. Hopefully it gets its re-release this year because if you guys don't know, it's 2026. It is the 20th anniversary of Scream, which is just wild, but it is. I think it's the 20th. Sorry, it's the 30th. I'm stupid. It's the 30th. My gosh. It's the 30th anniversary. I had to do a little math there. I'm not very good with math. But anyway, it is the 30th anniversary of Scream this year. So hopefully they re-release it into theaters. But anyway, still holds up. Again, the cast is great. I love everybody in here. You have Neve Campbell playing Sidney Prescott, who's my personal favorite final girl. She's awesome. I love her. She is great in here. This is her introduction. And yeah, like, she's just so good in this movie. You have Randy, who's my second favorite character, probably of the franchise, even though he's only in 2 films. He's the horror movie nerd. He's hilarious. Everybody's a suspect.
Everybody's a suspect!
I absolutely love him. You have Stu in here with Matthew Lillard, who's just giving it his all. I love him in this movie. Skeet Ulrich playing Billy Loomis in here. He's great. And everybody else is great. I mean, yeah, Dewey, great character. Love him. He's like hilarious. He's like this really awkward cop who has a crush on Gale Weathers, played by Courtney Cox, who I love as well. And yeah, I just love the entire cast here. They're all great. You have Tatum, who's kind of like the hot chick of the film, who, you know, she's just like the girl who wants to party and then gets murdered. So, I mean, every single slasher film, or really horror movie in general, unless it's like a very serious horror film, which I'm not a personal fan of, like The Conjuring or something. Majority of horror films, specifically slasher films, always have that one chick who just wants to party, have a good time, and then ends up getting killed in a very cool way. So, yeah, I love all the characters here. I can't say that enough. And the performances in this movie, amazing. It still holds up as well. Also, Drew Barrymore's in this movie. Can't forget that. The look of the killer, the Ghostface costume is sick. Ghostface is my personal favorite horror icon, right next to Michael Myers. But I love Ghostface. He is just, I love the voice of, it's something Jackson. I forget his first name. I don't know why. But he just, that voice is so creepy and just, it works so well. And he's just it's just a creepy costume. Got the knife there. It's a signature look. I love Ghostface. So, there's that. Of course, the opening scene. The opening scene with Drew Barrymore as Casey Becker, who gets murdered along with her boyfriend Steve. The most iconic and just overall the best opening to a horror movie ever. So you guys are going to see, like, I'm just going to say, like, oh yeah, that's the best thing in a horror movie ever. And yeah, you're going to notice that a lot in this video because truly this is my favorite horror movie of all time. So that opening scene, it's just so heartbreaking. You know, she just wants to watch a movie where their parents and her boyfriend, Ghostface appears, you know, you get some really haunting, you know, like he says a lot of haunting stuff to her, like, I'll gut you like a fish or whatever. On the phone call, and it's just so creepy and unsettling. Which door am I at? Like, it's so creepy, but it works so well, and it's amazing. Drew Barrymore's performance in this movie is amazing, and just just seeing her reaction to that, and the scene where like her parents arrive and she's just like almost there, but he like stabs her in the neck or whatever, so like her voice, like, is just so quiet. Like, she doesn't really have much of a voice anymore. And she's like, or whatever. And they're right there. If they just turned, they would have seen her. Like, it always gets me every time. I'm like, you're so close. And she dies. And then you see her, like, get hung from the tree or whatever. Like, it is creepy. It is just insane. And it's heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Like, Drew Barrymore is amazing in this movie. And, like, when you saw the poster, of course, I was not around in the 90s, but I've heard from a lot of people, parents, their friends, whatever. They looked at the poster, and since Drew Barrymore is in the center, they think, oh yeah, she's the final girl. Nope, she's the opening kill. So apparently that fooled everyone. Anyway, yeah, so a heartbreaking kill there. And just the kills overall in this movie are great. I mean, like, the one thing I can say about this movie, of course, because, I've said a lot about this movie that it's like, this thing in this film is the best thing in a horror movie ever. The kills are not. They're great, but, they're not the best kills in a horror movie ever. Most of them are just, like, stabbed in the chest, slit their throat, whatever. And if you had that, and if, like, you had those kills in a horror movie today, or, like, a slasher film, that slasher film would be, like, trashed on, because you need way better kills than that. Back in the 90s, though, that was great stuff. There was a couple creative kills, and most of it was just, like, tension in the scene. You have a couple great attacks with Sidney Prescott. You have the scene where she gets her first phone call. You have the bathroom scene where the killer appears and, like, she's, like, slides into the sinks. What else? I mean, you have, like, the last hour of the film at Stu Macher's house, and her just running from, like, car to the forest to inside a room in Stu Macher's house, with her just getting run around, or she's, like, running around the entire property of Stu Macher's house for, like, the last 50 minutes. And, if that was in a horror movie, today, wouldn't work well. But it's Scream, for goodness sake. Wes Craven, Kevin Williamson, like, everybody behind the scenes with this movie just makes it work. It's so intense. I love it. Anyway, like I said, like, the kills are just so good or like great for when it came out. But personally, my two favorite kills, because most of the kills are just slit throats, stabbed in the chest or whatever, are definitely Stu's death, getting the TV on his head, and he could not be dead, because they're very hinting at it that he's going to return in Scream 7. And, of course, Tatum Riley's death, who personally I think is actually the best kill of the movie. It's very creative. Like, she's trying to escape through the doggy door, because, I mean, where else can you go? Like, the door is locked. And she gets stuck, and then Ghostface flicks the switch, and she goes up, and then she gets her neck cracked or whatever. So, yeah, that is a very great kill. And just overall, it's an amazing kill. Not just in this movie, because, there's not too many creative kills. Just overall, it is a very creative and cool kill that I absolutely love every time I watch it. So, yeah. Of course, you have the very iconic twist of Billy and Stu being the killers. Now, unfortunately, I watched the dead meat kill count for this movie. I watched it for every single Scream movie before I actually got into horror movies. Back then, when I was like 8 years old, 9, I actually used to watch dead meat kill counts for basically all of them. Not Scream 6 or Scream 5, I don't think. But for the first 4 Scream movies, I watched the dead meat kill count, so I spoiled the twist for me. Which, I mean, Dead Meat, great YouTuber. If you guys have checked him out, but if you haven't, just go check him out. He's great. But I will warn you, he does spoil everything for the film. So, like, go watch the movie and then watch his kill count. But anyway, I did. So I did spoil the twist for me, so it wasn't shocking to me at all who the killers were. Which is really sad. But anyway, it is still a great twist. It's executed very well. You have some great lines with that. We all go a little mad sometimes. Or, my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. Like, I love these guys. I think they're probably the best killers of the entire franchise. With, like, there's 1 or 2 killers that could be better in the franchise. But, they're very iconic. They started it all, so we love them. But, yeah, you got a great twist. Is it the greatest twist of all time? Like, some people say it is not. No. That's another thing I say, like, isn't, like, amazing. Or, like, the best thing ever from this movie is the twist, It's great. I love it. Not the greatest twist of all time. I can name 10 movies with a better twist. Probably 20. But still a great twist. Very iconic. And, yeah, I just love it. So, overall, guys, like, this movie is a 10 out of 10. A billion out of 10. It's a masterpiece. I love it. Yeah, greatest horror film of all time. I've said that 10 times in this video, but I love this movie. So, yeah, I will be watching Scream 2 sometime soon. Sometime soon. I'm very excited to watch Scream 2. I'm very excited to see what my thoughts are on it. Will it stand? Because right now, I think I've only seen Scream 2 like once, and I remember being like a great movie. I don't remember like thinking that it's like the best thing ever, or like being like a very, very close follow-up to Scream. Because I don't think any Scream sequel is. We'll see though. I'm very excited. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for my review of Scream 2. And P.S. Sorry guys. P.S. Once I finish reviewing all the movies and I see Scream 7, I will be doing a ranking of all 7 movies. So I'm very excited for that. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for my review in Scream 2. I already said that, but yes.
Instance number 1. You can never have sex. Big no-no! Big no!